Greetings. This is Mark of Dawn Patrol. The date is now May the 8th, 2026 on a Friday. The time is now 4:14 p.m. How you doing? Rockin', I hope, with those devil horns up in the air. Yeah. All right. Um, this month I want to talk about the pictures that are included with our music videos. Okay. Yes, I do use AI sometimes to create pictures if needed, only if needed. And I'm sure you can tell what ones are which, okay? People are so fearful about AI. Uh, you get multiple limbs, you get about 10 eyes. How is something like that going to take over? All right. With that said, sometimes I use AI to make pictures. Like say for an example, in the ones that are songs about our daughter Cherie, who died at 5 days old on December 1st, 1993. And there's some of those videos for those songs where you got a little girl, artistic, it's an artistic picture, art, like a painting, and the girl is like 6, 7 years old in the pictures. Well, Cherie died at 5 days old, so clearly that is not Cherie, okay? It's something that I had to create myself. All right. With that said, most of the pictures that we use in those videos, I would say 95 to 98% of them are actual photographs of us and Dawn Patrol. A lot of them were done back in the 80s and 90s by my first wife, Mandy Sweeten, who's also the drummer for Dawn Patrol. And in those videos, uh, we'll put it this way. I don't know what the thing was called because she was the computer whiz back then. I had no interest in computers. And matter of fact, if Mandy could see me now working a computer, she probably would pass out. She probably would pass the fuck out. Like, what's going on? Mark with a computer? This shouldn't be. But anyway, she had this thing that was like a software, I guess you call it, for her computer, and she could create pictures just like you can now. Once again, I want to say a lot of this stuff with AI and the pictures and that kind of thing is nothing new. She had software back in the 80s and 90s that would do the same thing that AI is doing now. And yes, sometimes the pictures, even back in the 80s and 90s on that software, would come up with multiple limbs, multiple eyes, multiple noses, arms, legs, you name it. And the words would be all screwed up, like gibberish words. So it had nothing new with AI. It was around back in the 80s and 90s too, folks. Nothing new at all. But she had this thing that would create pictures. And what she would do is, I was a photograph person. I won, when I was in school, I won states and nationals in photography. So I was the picture taker. I was the photographer. And we would have these photo sessions, like say for example, when Mandy did the song On This Gothic Night, which is considered to be her masterpiece. It's from Volume 2 of the Darkest Lilith Lucifera concept albums of Dawn Patrol. Well, she did this thing where she gouged herself up. She loved doing that, by the way, and I loved it too. Where she gouged herself up like a female girl gothic vampire. And we took the pictures around the area in some cemeteries out at the ranch. But then she done something with it on her software. she made it look like those pictures were taken at Transylvania, with Dracula's castle up on the hill, or in Dracula's castle itself out on a balcony. Now, of course, we were not in Transylvania. We were not in Dracula's castle. We weren't anywhere near Dracula's castle. But she can make it appear that way. So that part was computer generated, software generated, but the picture itself is really her. Okay, so I hope that explains a lot about our pictures. I got a feeling that a lot of people might be wondering that. But just keep in mind that back in the 80s and 90s, you could do stuff and it had the same results as you do now with AI. Nothing new. Nothing new. Nothing fucking new. Okay, everybody, thank you very much. There'll be another newsletter coming up in June sometime. I wanted to do this newsletter a little bit early because there's a lot going on here right now of great importance. So anyway, take care. Have a fantastic month. Enjoy the rest of spring. And remember, summertime is right around the corner. Thank you very much. Please like and subscribe and even share with people that enjoy great music created by real people. Take care. Have a great one. And remember, keep those devil horns up, heavy metal, and rock on forever. Yeah.